A relation is a rule of correspondence between an input and an output. A function is a relation in which each input is matched exactly with one output. Let's look at these two examples. We have two cases of domain and range. In functions, these are x values and y values. So our domain is made up of the integers -2 through +2. Our range is made up of the values of y, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is a relationship between x and y values, domain and range. The two questions we need to ask, first one is each of the input values used? And they are. Each number in the x column is used. And then the second question is each of these values in the domain used only once? There's only one arrow leading away from each of these values. If you can answer yes to both of those, then yes, your relation represents y as a function of x. In the example below, we had the same domain as the example above. Our range is a little bit different, 0, 1, and 2. Each value in the domain is used, but this one is used more than once. -1 is paired with 0 and +1, and that's a violation of the definition where each input is matched with exactly one output. So you got to make sure that they're used only once and that they're all used. And what I mean by them, I mean the inputs or the domain. Relations can also come in table formats, like these two examples. We check our input x, that's the top row. We can tell that 10 is paired with a 3, but also with a 15. Each input is used, but the 10 and the 7 are used more than once. And so this relation does not represent y as a function of x. In the table below, all of our inputs are paired with outputs, and they're only used once. So this bottom table is a relation that represents y as a function of x. And finally, we can be given two sets of numbers, creating lists of ordered pairs. And so in your homework, you'll have a question very similar to this one. Which sets of ordered pairs represent functions from A to B? A would be your input, B is your output. Select all that apply. Let's start at the top left. Our input, those are natural numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. They're only used once and they're all used. So yes, that list of ordered pairs or set of ordered pairs does represent a function from A to B. Our top right example, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the inputs are used and only once. Left side middle set, 1, 2, we don't use the 3, so no, that set of ordered pairs does not represent a function. Middle row right side, 1, 2, 3, 4, they're all used and they're only used once, so yes. Bottom left, 1, 2, 3, 4, all of the inputs are used and only once, so yes. And then bottom right, that set of ordered pairs, 1, 2, 2, 4. So first, we didn't use 3, that's a violation, but we also used 2 more than once, so that's really not a function from A to B.